Hey, Cam. My name is Sarah Kamau, and I have a testimony. So, a couple of years back, my younger sister, she's called Claire, we received a phone call from her school, and we were being told to come for her at her high school. And when my dad was asking what is wrong, where is she sick, they wouldn't tell us anything. They just told us, you guys just come. And when my parents went there, they found her in a very disoriented state of mind. So when they took her to the hospital, they actually diagnosed her with psychosis because she was in a state where she wouldn't recognize anyone or anything, any of her surroundings. So I remember the doctor said that we'd have to give her 3 months to 6 months, or even up to a year for her to recover. So we actually had to pause school for her. So we felt that the devil was heavily trying to come between, the happiness of all the celebration, the year that we're supposed to be happy and joyous. So I remember this time I was on a break from uni, and we had to, take care of her. At the same time, we were receiving a lot of guests because they're coming to see her, or they're coming for housewarming and stuff like that. So I thank God because my parents are very prayerful people, and I could see that they had fear in them, but they were also very extremely praying. I remember my mom was waking up at 3 a.m. just to intercede for her. So fast forward, something that was supposed to heal in like 3 months or to 6 months, she was healed in 2 weeks. So I remember that time it was even difficult to give her medicine because she didn't even recognize what it was about. But the Lord was able to heal her in those 2 weeks, and we have seen the hand of the Lord upon her life, because at that time she had even withdrawn from her friends, from any social life. But right now, when you see her, she's such a social butterfly. And we thank God for that breakthrough. She's on her final year in high school. And yeah, we celebrate the Lord for that. Fast forward a couple of years after, it was 1 year after now, my mom had relocated to the US as well. And my younger brother got sick again, got sick as well. So at this time, we were all at home, and he was just in his room. And I remember it was in the middle of the night, and I went to check up on him, and I found him in a very weak state. He couldn't even, sit upright. The doctor told us that, they'd have to admit my brother. And after they took some tests, they discovered that his kidney was actually malfunctioning because he was extremely dehydrated. So I remember the doctor giving me this diagnosis, and when the doctor was giving me this diagnosis, I rebuked it in my spirit. I remember telling God, this is a lie, this cannot be, and I started declaring, health and life in my brother. And I remember I didn't even tell him what the diagnosis was, because I knew he would just have a lot of fear. And I also was fearing because I didn't know what to tell my dad or my mom without spooking them. But 2 days after, I remember my brother calling us from the hospital. We were just on our way to visit him. It was lunchtime. And he told us, by the way, the doctor has just discharged me because, the kidneys have come back to their normal functioning. So I can only say that was the Lord, and we saw the hand of the Lord and the healing hand of the Lord. We witnessed Jehovah Rapha in his life because this was something that was, going downhill, and all of a sudden, the quick sudden shifts that Pastor Don is always talking about. And I remember at that time, I was also looking for a job. I had just finished uni, had just finished my internship, and I was looking now for a full-time job. And around that time, I received a rejection email from a company that I really wanted to work with. But a month later, they sent me an email and invited me to an interview. And I remember it was a Friday, and they told me that they wanted me to start on a Monday. And this is a US-based company. So with all that, I can truly say that we have witnessed the hand of the Lord and His love upon our lives and my family's lives. And I'm so grateful that my parents, they raised us not just to be Christians by name, but to be believers and have, Christ as a solid rock. So this is my testimony, and I hope that it encourages someone out there to also know that the Lord hears you, the Lord comes through. Quick, sudden shifts are a reality.
Still a strong tower.